Is it true that a long time ago, firemen used to put out fires and not burn books? This is Chirag Bangera, a student in Miss Davis' third hour class, doing a book talk on Fahrenheit 451 by Ray Bradbury. This is a dystopian story that deals with the censorship and the control of information in society. Fahrenheit 451, which takes its title from the temperature at which paper burns, takes place in a sterile, futuristic, dystopian society in which firemen burn books instead of putting out fires, because the state has decided that books make people unhappy and is an unnecessary cause of conflict. Suspected readers are arrested and their homes and books burned. Instead of reading, people listen to seashells, which are tiny radios that fit in your ear, and they watch TV shows and dramas with no intellectual content on huge wall-encompassing screens. In schools, students play sports but don't really learn anything. Fast driving is encouraged, and there's a general recklessness in society. This is encompassed with pedestrians being arrested instead of the fast drivers. Drug overdoses, suicide, and war is rampant. There's no real value to life in this society. Then, a young man named Guy Montag, whose job as a fireman is to burn all books, comes into the picture. Guy Montag is the unlikely protagonist in our book. He's part of the greater problem in society. He's a fireman, for Christ's sakes. He burns books. However, this all changes when Montag meets a young girl named Clarice. Clarice ignites another kind of fire in Montag as he begins to see the apathy in his wife, his boss, and the stagnant society. This causes him to start stealing books on his firefighting missions. In this process, he starts to read and even recite books from memory. This paradigm shift in Montag's views shows he's not a static character, but a dynamic character, one who changes as the story progresses. Montag is experiencing a lot of internal conflict, one in which the character battles with his own inner feelings as he begins to question the society which he's accepted for so many years. This fight against society is best represented with his encounter with Captain Beatty, the embodiment of society's cancers and the story's antagonist. Captain Beatty is extremely well read. He can even recite Shakespeare. But paradoxically, he hates books and the people who reads them. As the fire captain, he is ruthless in his hunt for establishing loyalty and preserving society's bleak status quo. Captain Beatty's and Guy Montag's identity crisis is meant to lead readers to question their own society and its values. One part of the book I truly loved was the symbolisms and parallelisms to today's society. One instance is the symbolism of the salamander in this book. The salamander is a symbol of the firefighters, and it's on all the uniforms. This is because in ancient times, it was believed that the salamander lived in fire and was unaffected by its tumultuous flames. This type of vivid imagery procured by Bradbury's use of symbolism, alliteration, and metaphors truly takes this book to the next level. One connection to another piece of defining era is with one of the best books during the Cold War era, The Crucible. Both The Crucible and Fahrenheit 451 are centered on the control and conformity perpetuated by a stagnant society and a controlling ruling hierarchy. In The Crucible, society is bent on a witch hunt, and many injustices are committed under the guise of ridding society of evil. This is replicated in Fahrenheit 451, with the burning of all books justified as it prevents conflict. Additionally, in both books, the ruling class has brainwashed the general populace into an anti-intellectual, hive mind-like, with all dissenting voices being prosecuted, punished, and disposed of. One quote which really stood out to me in Fahrenheit 51 was, "You weren't there. You didn't see," he said. "There must be something in books. Things we can't imagine to make a woman stay in a burning house. There must be something there. You don't stay for nothing." This analysis and in-depth look into some of the simple base human constructs helps you as a reader understand more about yourself and humanity, and truly makes you appreciate the work which went into this piece of art. I truly love the intricacies of this book and the new view of society which I obtained from reading it. Fahrenheit 451 is a book filled with intricate nuance, and it's something you simply cannot miss. Because when the flames of knowledge crackle and hiss, when society turns to ashes due to war's death kiss, you want to know, did we live? Did humanity rise from the ashes? Did Guy Montag survive the wrath of the masses? Read the book to find out what happens.